Hello everyone, Warangel here, and welcome back to the Mousillon campaign for Mortal Empires. Now, last episode we defeated the last remaining stronghold of Aquitane, forcing their armies to try and attack us in order to gain some territory. And so we're starting today's episode off with another defense at Knight's Pass, as yet another Aquitane commander tries to breach the walls. Now, this fight could be kind of interesting. They do have a lot of archers, a lot of Knights of the Realm, but we have defeated these armies before, and we're going to do so again today. But let's fight the battle ourselves and see how it goes. So then guys, here we are at the gates of Knight's Pass as we once again prepare to defend the walls against the forces of Aquitane. This time though, Chilfoy de Artois is leading the attack, and already we see the trebuchets firing over the walls, as well as our poisoned arrows coming from the bowmen over on our left. Now across the entire wall I do have troops garrisoned at every fort tower. Oops, this canvas swinging around just then. Ready to attack as needed and trying to add a bit of extra firepower to all these knights we're going to have to eventually deal with. But for now though, the main part of the fight itself is going to be happening on this side of the battlefield. You can already see a bunch of attacks coming in from the towers. I believe they're throwing explosive pots or something like that. That's doing a fair bit of damage. Not only that, but our peasant bowmen are armed with pox arrows, which are going to do some extra damage thanks to their poison abilities. And our troops are on the wall ready to defend. Now the enemy has already started bringing their ladders up, you can just see here. And with that, I started to move my peasant bowmen out of the way, because also over this side, you can see a net is dropped down as Chilfoy starts his attack against the unit of Graveguard here. So what I ended up doing is actually moving the bowmen down into position here, and their job then is to basically try and fire on Chilfoy as much as possible. While they're going down then, we're bringing in Graveguard just to prepare the defences here on the wall. Despite the fact we are outnumbered quite a bit by the battle pilgrims and these men-at-arms over here, our Knights of the Graveguard, I should say, will do the job just fine. Now with Chilfoy attacking the garrison, it's going to be a problem. As you can see, we're already taking some casualties. So what I'm doing is just bringing in a ton of units. We'll eventually be bringing in the Great Weapon Graveguard over there. And we are bringing in others, like the other Graveguard. I believe this is the one which is technically leading the army. Although you wouldn't really think it because, funny enough, it's a white leading it, and yet the portrait is actually a vampire. But hey ho, one of those things. But anyway, we've got the pox arrows being fired now upon Chilfoy. We're taking some friendly fire, admittedly, but it's okay. Now I didn't actually notice this for part of the battle, but you can see the trebuchet shots are actually hitting the battle pilgrims right here. There is a few Graveguard hanging around, so we are taking a bit of damage. But on the whole, it's doing more damage to the enemy than it is to us. And it's thanks to the two units we've got that we're able to hold the walls quite well. So we can actually leave that fight for quite some time. Just to show what's happening over here now, we do have the gates under attack by a Knights of the Realm unit, if we hover over here. But again, Knights of the Realm are not that good when it comes to attacking gates. So it's going to take a long time for them to actually get anything done. So in the meantime, we can just deal with the current assault on the walls as well as try and eliminate Chilfoy. So again, another shot from the trebuchets. At this point though, I realised what was happening and decided to try and be a bit more selective in where it was firing. Although I didn't realise until now, we've actually got explosive pots being fired, which isn't going to really help our units out too much. As you can see, some shots right there, and some more right around our troops. But you can see the explosions of blood that's happening from those weapons. And it's enough now that we're making the battle pilgrims start to waver. We've already got one unit retreating as well, which is fantastic. These guys are still hanging on just well. And with the peasant bowmen that end up climbing the walls, trying to run away, I start sending off my knights just to chase them down and make sure that we don't have any escapades like last time, where, if you remember, a very tiny unit of battle pilgrims managed to capture my victory point here in the back. Now, at this point, if we just zoom in a second, you can see that Chilfoy is still hanging on in there. He's got 67 kills so far. But we are doing a fair bit of damage to him. I don't know if the poison arrows are actually being as effective. I can't really see. I mean, normally it does reduce melee attack and stuff like that, but can't really tell, to be honest. No matter. The point being is that we have got, even though we've got some men-at-arms here, what I actually tried doing, you might notice I've got my Graveguard, which were fighting him, pull him back down. And what I was going to try and do was do what we did last time. Encourage Chilfoy to attack the troops down on the ground here, so we can attack him with our Black Knights. But unfortunately, it just wasn't happening. And so I figured the best thing to do is just finish him off. You can see his health is extremely low right now. We do have, in fact, 2 units this time of Peasant Bowmen firing away. This unit, I believe, is about to finish, if it hasn't already. So really, we just got the 1 unit left. That's fine. We can just continue firing away. We've got a unit of Graveguard now with great weapons. I believe this is the one that has travelled all the way from this tower, just to basically whittle him down some more. And it's not going to be too long until he tries to escape and then actually dies. If we have a look over here, you can see I'm still trying to do some damage to the enemy units. You've got some Knights of the Realm here, taking quite a few casualties in the fight as they wait for the charge. How's the gate doing? 56%. We've still got a long way to go before we have to worry about dealing with the Knights, so that's fine by me. Just to show the last little bit then, basically we've got plenty of bowmen running away and other infantry units. Chilfoy at this point actually starts to retreat, and you can see we're whittling him down with the last of our arrows. But it's not going to be too long, any minute now. Bam! One explosive shot, drives him to the ground. He's going to be injured on the floor right here along with his hippogriff, and that's going to do a nice bit of damage to the enemy's leadership. Now I'm using up the last of my pox arrows on the Knights of the Realm, and we just need to wait really for the gates to smash. What I end up doing actually is, if I spin around to this side, you can see that some of the Knights of the Realm have managed to push their way through. It happens sometimes with attacking gates that units can push through. So I've got my Graveguard here just attacking them initially. They're going to kill off a few of them, push them away, and then we're going to let the gates close and they're going to continue the attack. So nothing really for me to show you, and everything else is going pretty smoothly. We've got my mounted peasant archers just killing off the last of the men-at-arms right here. Everyone else is just getting chased down by our knights just for fun. And yeah, at this point we're really just waiting for the gates to smash. So let's cut forward a little bit until we actually get them breaking through. So here we are, guys, a bit later, as we have set up a trap for the enemy as they break through the gates. I've basically surrounded the gates with all our surviving Graveguards, and made sure any of the bad units or the badly damaged units, like this unit, are actually holding the 4 towers, so they've been doing damage the entire time the enemy's been waiting outside. Now, all I need to do, though, is get the enemy to charge in, which they're more than happy to do. This unit already has managed to come in. Unfortunately, anti-large is not going to do too well against the Graveguard, and we are going to heavily outnumber them, don't forget. While I do that, we've got the brave holders of the Grail Reliquaries charging in. Excuse me, got hiccups. I always find it funny watching these guys fight. It's like, move, but I'm going to hit you with this horse skull. Oh dear. Anyway, we've got more reliquaries coming in as well as Knights of the Realm, but this is actually doing okay for us. What they've ended up doing is splitting up into the 2 different sides. So just to prepare for, well, them retreating, I'm getting this unit of Graveguards to try and push through the gates, so we can basically hold the gates against any enemies trying to retreat. While that's going on, we also have my field trebuchet just firing into the infantry, the melee, trying to do some damage on this side in particular, just because there's more knights on this side. Unfortunately, the plan got a little stuck because they end up getting caught on some Knights of the Realm, but here we go. At this point, we actually won the fight. So I'm bringing out the Graveguard, as you can see. They have managed to hold some of the Knights of the Realm, but they're not going to do a ton of damage, I should say, until those explosive parts come smashing down on the troops again. Right, we also got the peasant archers coming in just to try and chase them down, but at this particular point, all I really need to do is chase down the Grail Reliquaries. We've killed off enough knights that if I hover over them a minute, we've got 2 troops here, for example, we've got 4 there, we've got others getting killed as they try to retreat, so yeah. All we need to do is finish off the reliquaries, which I end up doing with our Black Knights, and that's the victory to us. So yeah, let's go back to the campaign map. So there we go, a close victory, although I have to disagree with the game yet again. But the most important thing is we've managed to wipe out Chilfoy's entire army, leaving behind just a few scattered bowmen running for the hills, which is completely fine by me. Now let's have a look. A little bit of extra dark magic, not that really matters, we're going to make nearly 12,000 a turn. But yeah, let's go for that. And let's have a look and see if they're going to do anything else. Because they've attacked us Knights Past, but don't forget, they were laying siege to Artois. So we may end up having an attack with them pretty soon. Or they might actually come and attack us like runs in, like suicidal idiots. Right, what's going to happen here now? Anything? Oh, here we are, here we are. So, basically it's going to be a similar matchup to what we did last time, but with a lot more Knights of the Realm. Okay. Bohemond, yeah, you're riding a griffin, okay. Against that, we do have our walls, and we have a bunch of infantry, so we're probably going to be relying a lot on our King's Men, yet again, as well as our special characters. But to be honest, I think we can win this fight fairly easy, despite what the Barnsbar says. But, yet again, we're going to have to fight this out on the battlefield, so see you guys down there. So guys, here we are at the walls of Artois, as we prepare for the major final onslaught from Courion. Now, as the enemy have been laying siege to the settlements, they've built up some battering rams. Not that it does a lot of use, but they are able to smash the gates open fairly quick with one of them eventually. Although it has helped when we blast them with the Awakening of the Wood. That's the name of the spell. But in fact, this part of the battle is pretty straightforward. The enemy can't do anything until we actually get the gates destroyed. So I'm taking the opportunity to just cast spells using our damsel up here, Lorraine, who has got a surprisingly long range with her spells. We used the Dweller's Blow right here to try and catch the Knights. I figured those 2 Knights would have been an extremely tempting target, as well as the Knights of the Lionhearted here. But as you saw, they managed to retreat and move out the way before the spell hit. Unfortunate, but one of those things. Anyway, as the battle rams are getting closer, we are starting to do some damage, but I don't know about you guys playing this, but I do find it's harder to destroy battering rams than it is to destroy towers. It just don't do that much damage compared to, well, if they were towers and we fire them with our towers. But anyway, the enemy is sending all their battering rams to our single gate, so they're only going to need to use one. But that's fine with me. They've decided as well to move a lot of their Knights of the Realm into range, so we are whittling them down a bit. Another Awakening of the Wood, just to damage them some more. And to show everything, we've got our damsels overlooking the gates from here, so she's a very, well, right up close to the battle. Now, as the enemy ladders docked on the walls, you can start noticing that Bohemond and Leoncoeur have started to come in to attack. Now, I actually didn't notice this until just now, but when we originally had Leoncoeur come on the battlefield, he actually had very little health. But I wonder if the reason why he's been spending the entire battle so far just hovering around here where my cursor is so he can actually regenerate some more health before he gets involved in the fight. I wonder. But in any case, both Leoncoeur now and Bohemond are here on the top. I have put all my King's Men, as well as the Graveguard we got from the garrison, up on the walls, figuring out these are going to be the main targets for us to take out, and so that's their job. What I've also ended up doing as well is putting all our cavalry over here, so we'll be able to send out the Rose Lances, the Rusted Blades and that to go after the enemy, and even attack from behind. But I didn't want to send them out right away, because Knights of the Realm are anti-large, and I didn't really want to sacrifice them for no good reason. But instead, what ends up happening is the enemy have broken through the gates, as you saw, and they've decided to attack my disgruntled, our men-at-arms with polearms. So while he's doing that, we also got Malabad happening to go to combat here. He's going to have a fun time killing off all these knights, the flowers of Bretonnia, you know. And likewise up here, speaking of characters, we've also got Bolgers the Butcher, fighting Bohemond in combat, although he is supported by, well, I want to say men, but you know what I mean. Anyway, they're going to have some fun up here. The enemy is trying to push their way through, but what I've noticed was this is a good opportunity for me to use more Awakening of the Woods, as well as the occasional use of Earthblood to heal up my forces. Now, unfortunately, we didn't have a lot of magic left after using the Dweller's Blow at the beginning of the battle, so I couldn't use it right now, which would have been a fantastic time to use it. But it's okay. Instead, we are just blasting away when needed, we're letting enemies retreat, and I'm waiting patiently for me to send my knights out through the second gatehouse. But unfortunately, they've got so many other knights waiting out here. It's just a case really of waiting for them to, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Not commit. Commit them, that's the word. So we are just slowly waiting for them to whittle away at their numbers here. And in the meantime, we've got more than enough going for us right now. So, yeah, the Disgruntled have joined in, Malabad's joining in. I do have other units prepared, like the King's Men unit here, just in case. But, otherwise, it's all going okay. Now, at this point, actually, I get the news that Leon Kerr has been wounded. He managed to whittle him down quite a bit with his health, to the point he's tried to run away. But our towers managed to kill him off, so I'm quite happy with that. Now, I don't know what caused that noise just then. I heard that in the battle itself. I'm not entirely sure what happened. And it happened in both battles, so who knows. But anyway, not that it matters too much. Anyway, I didn't notice that until now, but look, the amount of men are just waiting for a chance to fight the Beast Slayer. He's doing okay though, he's got 90 kills, got a bit mad just then, but it's one of those things. I'm sure he's in the moment with the bloodlust. And there you go, that's all going okay. This is all going fine as well, we're still killing them off. Archers are firing away as well, which has helped quite a bit, we're whittling down their numbers. And if I can find Malabad, where has he got to? He's still in the fight somewhere. Oh, there he is. Oh no, that's the Hungry. Wait a minute. Yeah, where is he? Oh, hang on, I can just about... Is that him here? Yeah, Malabad. He's killed 53. He's going to kill a lot more as the battle continues. But he's having a fun time there, even if he is getting tired. As you saw though, we used Earthblood just to try and improve the troops a bit. And we're still waiting for the enemy to commit more of their forces on the attack. We're still getting some of them coming in bit by bit, including this very unusual charge, where they're all going in single file. Nice of them, I guess. But it's not going to do much, and it's going to make things easier for us to continue using Awakening of the Woods in the future. Now, wait a second. I wonder what happened, because I'm sure he had less health, and he hasn't got the ability to regenerate his health, has he? Oh yeah, apparently he can regenerate a fair bit. I just didn't realise he can actually regenerate. Let's have a look. Physical resistance. Beast Mace? No. Beast Slayer? No. Bohemond's Shield? No. Oh right, Will of the Lady. Right. Okay, that explains it. Fair enough. Anyway, as you can see though, if I bring the camera back around, Bolgers unfortunately came very, very close to death. He tried his best, but he is going up against a Grail Knight after all, so he did try. He's just failed. It just means though that the rest of our infantry are going to have to do the job instead. Now, good news though, the victory is within our grasp, and it is at this moment the enemy have committed the last of their knights. So I'm going to bring in mine to attack them from behind. We've got another Awakening of the Woods just to do our last bit of damage. And we're bringing out our Rose Lances, as well as the, what they're called again, the Eternal Errantry and the Rusted Blades. Their job are going after different ones. These guys, for example, were going after the Bowmen originally, but their charge pushes them enough to attack the Knights of the Well, where they are anti-large, but between the fear that these guys cause, as well as just their ethereal nature, we're going to start getting a lot of their leadership values down. The bow's lancers are going to slowly try and make their way in as well, just to attack these. They are anti-large, works out extremely well. And we've got our rusted blades coming in to chase down either enemy units making their way out like that, or to be in a position to attack the knights as well. But it's really, really one-sided now for the enemies, Knights of the Realm. They're all just stuck in this swirling melee, crammed together, not being able to really put their lances to full effect. And it is actually at this point where the enemies start to shatter. All they got left is actually up here. Bohemond is still fighting away. He's come very, very close though to getting killed, so he'll be done with any minute. In fact, 32, 8, there we go, wounded. So there. All we need to do now is kill off as much of the enemy as we can as they try to retreat. We are swarming them though with our own knights, so that's going to help kill off quite a few. You'll see when we go back to the campaign map exactly how many of them managed to, well, die. I think actually... Wait, I'm going to have to check. Is there a Grail Reliquary within the survivors? I don't think there is. Yeah, I can tell you now, spoiler. That is actually the only unit that actually makes it off the map. Yet I don't remember seeing a Grail Reliquary at any point really do it. Oh, there it is. Is that... Oh, there's two of them here. Right. I think this one here, the one with the most health, actually makes its way off the map. But I didn't notice it during the actual battle, where it was, and what was going on. I was busy focusing mainly on the knights. So, yeah. Huh. At least now I know. Anyway, the battle is won. We have achieved a victory against Leon Kerr and Bohemond Beastslayer as well, which is a double win if I ever saw one. So, yeah, let's go back to the campaign map. So, another victory. Another army entirely wiped out apart from one Grail Reliquary. And to be honest with you, I have no idea how that escaped from the battlefield. Huh. Who knows? Anyway, let's go get myself some more dark magic, I guess. And are we going to have to? Yeah, we are, aren't we? I find it so funny that we've eliminated these entire armies, right? Leaving nothing behind but, in the case of the second battle we just fought, one Grail Reliquary. In the other army, 27 bowmen. And yet, because we haven't fully defeated them, they will get their hands on a new commander, and we're going to have to continue to deal with them. Like, well, similar to this. But Cassian, you're no challenge. Goodbye. Who got the kill here? No. This unit of bowmen did. The Bordelot Bowmen, the first company. Oh, well done, guys. Well done indeed. Ah, finally. It's now my turn. Right, I'm going to at least try and get one or two turns in before we finish the episode, just so we can actually get a bit of progress today. So, let's just skip all of these. Defeat Malagor. Where's your army, Malagor? All the way down there. I can't be bothered. Alright, skip through. Malabad's picked up a Mortal Informer. Mina, a Black Cat. Now that's a good trait to have. It's quite fitting that the bastard son of Leon Kerr himself gets the trait Kingslayer. Although, thanks to the recruit defeated Lords mod, he's not necessarily defeated, as he'll probably end up joining Carcassonne when we've finished the faction off. But for the moment, let's just continue skipping for that, and let's go and kill some more people. I still want to get the artillery, but we'll get rid of Alicia Armistead for the moment. It's going to be a pretty one-sided fight. There we go. Perfect. Right. Let's get you back inside Artois a minute. Gives us the extra replenishment, and then we'll go ahead recruit some more trebuchets. Just wanted to check. Nothing really of use in the Raised Dead. Okay. Right, so Malabad's know how to go, or Cassin can actually join up. Oh, wait a sec.
What do you want?
In that case, let's get rid of the Hungry, because we don't need them anymore. You can actually join up, and that's increasing the replenishment even more, which is good news. Okay, William. What could we give you? Alright, we're giving you your damned Knights of the Realm. Okay. Anything useful from the Raised Dead? Black Knights, Grave Guards. Let's actually head you up towards Esh in a minute. Because we do have 2 battle site markers here, so that might give us even more powerful units. So like a Mortis engine would be quite cool. A Vargolf as well. Okay. Anything else? Anything else? Alright, well we've got 5 points. Because we're not actually... A lot of my units don't actually count for the tabletop caps. It's actually quite funny that we're not really seeing much of it in action. But I am keeping it in because it does encourage the AI to have more lawful armies rather than just, you know, stacking up on stuff. And I think I can keep myself relatively in control to not go too crazy. But I say that and I get these 2 units. Oh, we did pick up Engines of Death now. Okay. Right. So with William's army now, we'll be in a position to march in the next episode, probably, to go after the Moots. And then we'll probably see about maybe declaring war on either Stirland, or Solent, or actually go after Stirland. Yeah, we'll see about maybe going for one of those options, but for now, William can stay there. Anard can stay where he is. You can just continue. Do you want to try and assassinate? 37. You're not tired anymore, are you? No. Let's take the risk. Critical success. Goodbye, Gilly Hornblower. Right. Truly terrifying as well. Causes terror, extra chance for assassinations. Good. And then the Red Duke. Right. We do have a full stack inside Marienburg. It's not exactly a strong army, but it's going to be irritating to deal with, especially those Outriders. Right.
What do you want?
I'm going to just leave you here for the minute. Yeah, unless we've got any concerns coming in from Albion. Nothing as of yet. Okay. We'll keep you here for the moment. Eustache. Let's send you after some agents. Is there any agents around here? We could send you after Midlands. No, let's just go and assassinate characters from these guys. So, go after Warrior Priest, 96% chance. I have a sec. Another critical success, fantastic. So, which Blood Kiss do I want to go for next? Sorry, which Bloodline Power? Because we finished Blood Dragons, which has now given us immunity to Untainted Attrition. Lamia could be quite nice. It gives us Vigor Loss Reduction. Or we can eventually work through Corruption. To be honest, I would say one of either the Strigoi or the Necroc. Oh no, we wanted to go for the Secrets of the Bloody Grail, didn't we? 20% casualty replenishment was what I was after. So we need another 4 Blood Kisses. Right. Oh yeah, and the other thing I wanted to do, in fact we might just get through one turn now, because the other thing I wanted to do, I remember, is to start a new army. So, let's take advantage of our position here at Corion, and let's have a look and see who we want. Ideally, I want to have an army for each of the bloodlines. So we got Blood Dragons with the Red Duke. Technically, well, we got the Fallen Knights one with William. I'm going to keep Malabad as a separate entity because he's supposed to be a, legendary lord, so we're going to leave him to that. So that sort of leads us then with Lamia, it leads us with the Von Carsteins, Strigoi, and Nekiarch, or however you pronounce it. So we do have quite a few characters available to us, like Manfred here, we've got Isabella, Vlad as well. Now, it had been suggested we could try with Isabella to go for the, the vampire army, basically, where you get, like, loads and loads and loads of vampire characters and heroes, because her Dark Retinue ability really does boost them up. And I've never actually done that before. I've seen other YouTubers do it, but it could be interesting. Or we can go for Big Daddy Vlad himself. Consuming first, eh? I know we can go for Manfred, but I don't know. I'm kind of not the biggest fan of him, although I do plan to try and use him in a campaign at some point. The armor and weapon damage, though, would be useful. For the Count. Nah, let's go for Big Daddy Vlad. We will go ahead, though, and just grab our hands on a Necromancer for the moment, just because we want to get the army going. And so we might as well use a character for that. So yeah, we'll have you start things off. So let's stick you inside Corion. Let's have a look and see what we got available. So we're probably going to want to get some Graveguard for him, so we'll grab, say, 2 of those. No, let's grab 3. We'll get a bunch of Spearmen. And we'll grab some Hailing Rags as well. In fact, we cancel those in a minute. Oh, we can only build 3 slots here. Oh, right. Maybe I should have done them elsewhere. And my neighbour's dogs are barking away. Thanks. Okay, right. Let's get 2 of you. We'll get a bunch of you. Then what I'm thinking then is that we want to get some wolves. It's, you know, as a Von Carstein themed army, I think it's quite fitting we'll get some wolves and some bats, you know? Although better yet, is there anywhere else we can actually recruit more slots? You know what? I'm going to leave it actually, but we'll leave it for 1 turn. Because we get Vlad in the following turn anyway, so what I'll do is set things up. So before the next episode, I'll start his army off, so we can just wait for it and then to recruit over time. And then I can actually decide where will be the best place for us to put them. But yeah, in the meantime, we've got 17,000 to spend. Is there anything we want to actually upgrade? Aquitane could be done. We'll come back to that though. Lyonesse, we'll upgrade that. Right, Zulfbar is fine. We could go for better defenses, but I think we're okay for the moment. We're just really waiting for it to upgrade to the next tier. We've got a little way to go there, haven't we? Okay, Sylvania is completely fine. Templehof, let's upgrade your defense. No, let's not leave that for the minute. Ubersmike is fine, Knight's Pass is okay. Alright, Quillis, we'll upgrade that. We'll get that as well. We'll go ahead and give that. Alright, Massive Oracle. I've been meaning to upgrade this for quite some time. I just haven't got around to it yet. So we'll grab something like that, and we'll grab that as well for the faction-wide buff it gives me. Baston, let's have a look. I was talking originally about upgrading making this a military recruitment zone, so we could go for Defiled Cane. Alright, that'll do. Let's quickly go through these. So, Mina. Let's give you Soothsaying, I think, will be a good one now. Oh, I could have actually finished off a magic, couldn't I? Bugger. No matter. Alright, Madness, Progress Knights. Let's Butcher. That would be useful, but we'll have to continue upgrading these. Let's just continue making you a bit tougher. We'll go for full plate armor right now. Okay, our Damsel. Would be good to give her a Barded Warhorse. Dark Benediction. Okay, Immortality. Yeah, let's just continue giving her the Dweller's Blow. We didn't get much use out of the spell in the previous battle, but it still did a bit of damage. It was just annoying that the knights moved out the way before it finished casting. I could give you a Pegasus, but I'd rather hang on for the Hippogriff. We'll take advantage of your Fallen Knights. Why do you have so many points? Dark Pact, +5 leadership, Graveguard. While I'm tempted to upgrade his character some more, what I'm actually going to do is leave the points. So when we upgrade to level 10 then, we can start looking through his personal skills. We've got a banner, so when did we get that? Level 12. Okay, good to know. Alright, we'll skip past you then. Marguerite de Mousillon. Right, let's continue giving you Mystify Miasma. For the moment, I think... Let's go for... Doesn't that give me area of effect? No, it doesn't. Extra leadership. Let's go for the Pendulum. I do... In fact, let's go all in on the Pendulum. I do like that spell. It does a ton of damage when you use it correctly. So, yeah, let's go for that. Skill points, again, we're just basically working on your combat general skills. Let's go for those two, I guess. Alright, Arnaud can move over here. Vindrick can go for Block Army this time. Alright, and there we go. Right then. Let's just go through all the pop-ups. Positive growth. That's good. A nice pass. So much stuff going on. Anyway, guys, we're going to end things here today. So what I'm going to do is set up a recruitment thing then for Vlad to lead an army. We'll have for his target, I would say, to head down south to Carcassonne and deal with them, securing all of Bretonnia by that point. With Malabad, what we're going to end up doing is actually give him a chance to rest up now that he's got his artillery. And I am tempted, I will admit, to actually go after Marienburg. The only thing I'm a little concerned about is during the end turn phase, we've seen another full stack of the Morrigan turn up. One of probably two of them. Nope, Duak is still around. I'll tell you what, while I remember to do this, let's have a quick offer. Is she willing to give me peace? No. What happens if I offered you my entire treasury as this currently stands? No. Can't say I didn't offer. Although, who are they else at war with? The forces of Kamondkar. Okay. Unfortunately, they really don't like us either, so that's not going to help. Never mind. It was worth a try to try and negotiate a peace, considering we've kicked their butts many times. But, yeah, we'll keep an eye on them. But what I'm going to do is make our way down towards Marienburg. Go after Fort Bergbreeze and Gisela then with Malabad. Go after Marienburg itself potentially with the Red Duke. And then, yeah, just finish them off. After that then, we could potentially go into the Empire itself. Go after Altdorf, take Reichland. I don't know yet. I still like the idea of going down south towards Araby in order to reenact the Aventry Crusades. But I'll give it some thought. But anyway, guys, let's end things here. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. You do join me next time for some more Warhammer. Otherwise, take care, everybody. Stay safe, and goodbye for now.